This is William Robinson with ViralHair.com. We're here at NerdCon in Mont Belvieu, Texas, and we have with us a couple of guests from the Jakku Temple Lightsaber Guild. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Heather Trupia, and I am the local director of Saber Guild Jakku Temple.
And I'm Joey Gagestein. I'm trying to start a temple up in Houston with Heather's help.
Now, for those who don't understand the idea of a Jakku Temple or Lightsaber Guild, could you go in a little bit about what that actually is?
Well, Saber Guild is a lightsaber choreography group, a costume lightsaber choreography group. We do it with the blessing of Lucasfilm, so we're lucky to be able to get decked out in all of our Star Wars gear and get out there and put on some shows for the kids, for adults, and use our love of Star Wars to make the galaxy a little bit brighter. We come alongside charities and communities. Community events like here at the public library. One of our favorite things in Jakku Temple is to go to the Lions Camp for kids with special needs. We go out there and we volunteer. We take the kids on an adventure with Rey, take them on an adventure through time. They get to train to be a Jedi. They get to see, the Force wills them to see all these stories from Jedi history. And then in the end, we come back to the present. And of course, they have to help me defeat the bad guy like Kylo. You know, Rey gets in trouble a little bit and they help Force push Kylo off me, something like that. So we use that type of show from anything from a big con where we might be raising funds for Make-A-Wish, or today we're doing the American Cancer Society. We have a Relay for Life team going on with that, and their theme out where I live right now is Star Wars, because they're having it on May the 4th, of course. So we're getting out up there and just partnering up with whatever charity organization that we can help.
Right. So, what interested you to want to get a temple started in Houston?
Well, actually, I was part of a temple in Salt Lake City. I come from Utah, and they had a temple. It's called Busan Temple up in Salt Lake City. It's been going for about a year and a half now. I joined up about 4 months before I moved down here. I moved down here because of work. So I was part of Busan Temple, and now since my life has kind of moved me to Houston, I actually had to reach out, see if there's a Saber Guild temple in Houston. Not yet. Thank goodness Heather and her husband Paul are in charge of Jakku Temple in Austin, and they're trying to get us off the ground, a full-fledged temple over here.
Cool. Now, with the different temple names, I don't think a lot of people realize those come from different aspects of Star Wars lore.
Ooh.
Well,
I like them both. But.
right, we're talking about Star Wars. Sorry about that. But since they come from Star Wars mythology, if you will, where exactly do those names come from?
A lot of them come from the planets in the movies, and some from the books. Jakku is obviously from Force Awakens and Last Jedi. There's a Tatooine temple. There's a Dagobah temple. I believe that's in Miami. Kind of a swamp thing going on. One just started in San Antonio. It's called Lothal Temple, and that's from the cartoon series Rebels. So with Ezra and Kanan and Hera and those guys. Over here in Houston, we're trying to figure out. We're kind of leaning towards Camino, since it's that was in Clone Wars, and that's a water world. So we got the rain going. We're going to try to match it up a little bit.
Right.
A lot of it is from planets or just ideas. Seattle is called Jet City because of
right.
Boeing and stuff like that. So that's how we come up with our names.
Okay. Now, when you're doing this kind of stuff, does someone necessarily have to have a background, say a Japanese art like kendo, or just a basic idea of fencing, or do you guys kind of train them as they go along so they can do the performances well?
Actually, most of our members have no background in martial arts. There are a few, and martial arts is definitely helpful. But in Jakku Temple and Lothal Temple, they broke off from us. We have a basic 9-count system that we use. Anybody can learn it. If you can count to 9, you can do what we do. So we teach them a striking zone basically, and it's defense oriented. So no matter how they come at me, and if you watch our show later, you'll see whether we're flourishing or spinning or whatever. I know a 1 is coming in the same spot as a 1. I'm going to defend it the same way. Martial arts background is always great to have a few people in there at least that have it to show us some other moves that are authentic, of course. But you don't need to be experienced to join us.
Okay, now here's an odd question. Since you guys have gone to different shows, have you ever been surprised by, say, a guest at one of these shows going up and saying that was really awesome, like someone in one of the sci-fi universes or anything like that?
We have a great time, and the guests do love what we do. One of my favorite moments is Paul and I actually got to go out to the red carpet premiere in California, and we got to be on the red carpet and see all the stars. And here comes Master Luke himself coming up here and coming up to my husband, who was Luke, and he said to Mark Hamill was great. He said to Paul, he said, "You look more like me than I look like me." So he was great. You know, the stars themselves of Star Wars are wonderful. Paul and I had the pleasure with members around the world of Saber Guild there with us from various temples, and they're very gracious and wonderful to us out there. So I think when the stars see that what we do is charity based, I've had stars, sign something, across the country and different places, and not just me, but other temples, so that we can do a raffle for charity and things like that. So
right.
They like what we do too.
Now, either one of y'all can answer this. One thing I've noticed on speaking with various Star Wars groups over the years, from 501st and the enthusiast groups to you guys, there's an underlying work with charity there. Do you think that's just part of the personalities that's attracted to these kind of groups, where kind of a way to emulate, kind of, for lack of a better term, the light side of the Force, these type of groupings and get-togethers and stuff?
Sure.
So all the groups, they're going to do it anyway. They're going to dress up as stormtroopers or Darth Vaders,
right,
or Kylo Rens. The charity, it's just part of their personality. And it's just like, it's almost like a bonus, I guess. Working for a charity organization. That's what I thought. At first, it's like, oh, gosh, I get to dress up as a Jedi and swing a lightsaber around, and we get to help worthy causes. So I think it's just part of the cosplay community. I'm sure others would jump in too. And it's like, I can see Disney princesses and stuff like that. Well, Leia and Rey are Disney princesses now, officially. So, but it's a pretty tight knit community. We're pretty good for the most part.
Good. Now, with the process going on, do you see a positive at the end of this of getting a group down here in Houston, or are things working in that favor, do you think?
Oh, definitely. So right now, Houston is part of Jakku Temple. We kind of adopted a little outside of our area, if you will, because we are Central Texas based. But my mission as a local director is to get Saber Guild in every major city in the area, or in Texas, I should say. Texas, we go bigger and better in Texas right now. Saber Guild is wonderful all across the country. And what we do, like we said, is very community-based. We love what we do. We have fun, don't get me wrong. If you saw, we do have a fan film ourselves. So we love getting in there and showing off our choreography. But I want to see Saber Guild in all the cities around. So I definitely see it as a positive. We started off with members in San Antonio and the Austin area, and just like 5 of us really working hard. And we grew and we grew. We doubled our membership, tripled our membership, got up to over 30 members. And then we decided that we wanted to concentrate more in Austin and more in San Antonio. So we split off into 2, and we have local in San Antonio now. So we see that as a very positive thing of growth. The fact that we have members, and we just actually have a brand new member here that just got approved just this week, so that he could be at this event. So we're growing here in the Houston area too. when they get enough members to feel confident to do this on their own, I look forward to the day that they are a sister temple to us here too. And then we've got Dallas coming up. We've got a few people interested up there as well. So we're excited to grow.
If you're like this, we'll have a Beaumont chapter if you're not careful.
Hey, come on in. We'd love it.
I had a lady asking about Galveston.
That's great. Well, thank you for your time. Really like what you guys do, and I will be out there later to get video. So thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you so much.